And now, your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Haley Hines with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Starting with crime news, Louisiana State Police are investigating a murder in Rayville over the weekend. One person was shot and killed at the intersection of Madeline and Scott Streets just after midnight on Saturday. Police have not released the name of the victim or any further information at this time. Anyone with details and/or pictures and video is urged to share that information with LSP detectives. You can give an anonymous tip by visiting lsp.org and clicking report suspicious or criminal activity, or call the LSP hotline at 1-800-434-8007. And moving into the courts, the former state trooper involved in the 2019 death of Ronald Green will not face jail time after pleading no contest. According to reports, Corey York will instead be sentenced to 1 year of supervised probation, along with almost 200 hours of community service. Green's family reportedly outraged by the decision. Protests ensued outside of the courthouse. And switching gears to news out of your weather station. With the lack of rain over the past month, drought conditions have continued to worsen each week. NBC 10's Sammy Petracco brings us more on some of these impacts the conditions can have on agriculture.
Drought conditions are not ideal as the environment relies on rain and the flow of water. However, during this time of year, as most things head to dormancy, dry conditions may actually be welcomed, just not to an extreme.
Could we use some rain? Sure, but we have to remember that most things are headed into winter dormancy right now, especially deciduous trees and our lawns, our deep south turf grasses, our warm season grasses.
The lakes and rivers around are in a drawdown intended for shoreline maintenance. Many of the trees are losing their leaves, and most of the crops grown here have been or is in the process of being harvested. The drier conditions help all of these with the transition from summer into fall.
This dry area actually allows farmers to get into their fields so they can harvest crops. Agricultural burning, as far as I know, is exempt, but that's just so the farmer can clear the field, and they monitor that very closely.
The negative impact of the lack of rain is the burn bans. The dry conditions of the soil, plants, and air allows fires to spread more rapidly, which is why many places in the Ark-La-Miss are under burn bans.
So with burn bans over most of northern Louisiana now, I think it is very crucial for folks to heed these burn bans that have been imposed in just about all the parishes. I would say at this point it's just a situation we need to keep a close eye on.
Rain is still very crucial and very much needed, as most have not seen the rain this whole month. And to help stop and improve drought conditions, a little rain is needed. Luckily, some rain is in the forecast later into the week, but it still won't help the drought too much in the long term. Reporting in West Monroe for your Ark-La-Miss News Source, I'm Sammy Petracco.
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Chase Ward.
It's going to be very warm and breezy for this afternoon. The winds will continue out of the south and southeast as we start to see a front approaching from the northwest, and we will start to see rain chance increase as we go into late tomorrow. Tonight, we're only going to fall to those mid-60s. We'll start to see a little bit of cloud cover increase slightly, and then as we go into around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to start to see just a few patchy showers that are going to pop up as we do have an influx of very warm, moist air into the region. And then once we go into late Wednesday night into the early morning hours of Halloween, Thursday, that's when that main line of the cold front begins to approach the region. We'll pick up on widespread rain and thunderstorms. There is a chance we could see a couple gusty winds with some of these thunderstorms, so something to bear in mind for around the morning hours, around lunchtime for Halloween. Hopefully it's looking like most of the rain will be on out with just a few leftover patchy stuff when the trick-or-treaters are heading out Thursday night. But low 65 degrees for tonight, staying breezy. Then tomorrow we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds with some late showers and thunderstorms that will begin to pop up. And then we'll start to see that main line approach on Halloween. A few showers could possibly still be left over on Friday. We do briefly cool down somewhat with these daytime highs holding out mainly in the 70s, and then back above average to the lower 80s over the weekend with minimum rain chances. More showers possible going to next week on Monday and Tuesday as we continue in the 80s.
That's it for your midday update. Halloween is around the corner, so grab those baskets to go collect that candy. NBC News Daily continues.